I really like Smash Bros. I've been playing it since 2015, maybe even a bit earlier when I would go to my friend's place where we played on our 3DSs. It was a gateway into my competitive side. The Smash community is pretty awesome, and it was also very inviting. Besides being a viewer, tournaments are fairly commonplace, and many places have scenes, be it a few players in some or hundreds in others. I even got into TOing tournaments when I moved off to college, which was an informative learning curve. Smash has been a great community for most people I've spoken to that can agree that Smash Ultimate has a serious problem: defensive play. When Ultimate came out, parries were everywhere. I swear for the first 2 months, not parrying was considered trolling. Though metas evolve, and as the meta has evolved, you'd be hard pressed to find players not abusing these mechanics to gain an edge. These mechanics, on their own, make sense, though at optimal play can become rather tedious to deal with, as well as to watch as a viewer. I hate to bring him up in a negative light, but I believe I have to. You have to admit that Sonic's epitomizes this with his campy playstyle and slow pacing, which he forces on his opponent. Often I will hear Smash Ultimate is dying, and while I don't think that's entirely true, I do believe that the player base is beginning to get annoyed by this issue of optimal camping and playstyles that are rewarded by giga defensive play. This is where Rivals of Aether comes in. Looks retro, right? I only just started playing recently. At the time of writing the script, I have maybe 12 hours in the game. Grabbing, shielding, and ledges are completely removed, instead having a larger emphasis on vantage state and combos thanks to the characters gaining stage control in one extreme way or another. The developers of this game at Aether Studios knew exactly what they were doing, as they still had one defensive option that was given to all characters. Parries, much like Smash Ultimate, require timing. However, the timing is a bit more strict in Rivals. The reward in Ultimate is minimal at best. Maybe you can land an earlier kill by a few percent, but there's times that it would have given you the same results as just shielding. The reward for landing your parry in Rivals, though, is much, much higher. A mechanic called parry stun is displayed here. With my limited time in the game, I can't exactly say I'm great at parrying, though when I do get one off, the dopamine rush of quickly deciding which of my moves I should go with is much more intense. The strongest attacks, getting parried, give you 2/3 of a second of parry stun, while most weaker moves have little to no parry stun whatsoever, making it so that the opponent can't just kill you because they'd parried your dinky little jab. Parries can often leave you vulnerable as well, increasing the risk even further. I haven't even gotten to the combo system yet. Much like Smash Bros, you can string together attacks, although, unlike Smash Ultimate, getting out of these combos is much more difficult since the game rewards a confirmed hit with less lag from the person hitting, and a little more if you whiff the hit, leading to impressive extensions or dramatic turnarounds. I haven't really gotten zero deaths off, although they seem to be possible if you can read your opponent. I think I'm illiterate. These changes are necessary to make Rivals stick out from other platform fighters who are all trying to be the next Smash. Many Smash clones like Multiverses, Brawlhalla, and Nickelodeon All-Stars suffer from a very floaty nature that makes it feel like everyone has been starved and sent to the moon. These Rivals characters, though, oh boy, they made sure to eat their breakfast. Even if I'm getting comboed, I can tell how powerful a lot of these hits really are. Visual clarity is hard to orchestrate sometimes, but it really works here. It's very effective. Every character is unique in their silhouette and mechanics that are pretty hard not to interpret. Eliana is the coolest character, by the way. Do I even need to explain this? She is a snake flying around in a steam-powered mech. I rest my case. Honestly, I expected this game to have a larger audience from the praise I would often hear from a lot of different Smash Bros. Players. Rivals has been very welcoming to me as a new player, and I have yet to play against someone face to face. But unlike in Smash Bros, where I'd be very nervous about the rollback and end lag and all that stuff, Rivals does not face that problem. Why? Well, to put it simply, It has proper rollback, which feels amazing. I actually feel like I'm just the equivalent of playing local. One of the biggest complaints that Ultimate does have, especially with their online system and how outdated it is. One of my few complaints is that I wish there was more characters. Great transition, me. All right, so this is something I only learned recently, but this game has Steam Workshop content. So many different characters have been added with so much passion. It's amazing. Okay, so not all of them are winners. But the ones that are really are winners. Some of my favorites being Pac-Man, who is converted from a partial boxer slash partial zoner into a more proper combo character where you're able to be rewarded for confirming hits. Palutena is taken from something that is optimally kind of annoying to fight in Smash Ultimate to something that is much more creative with her combo potential. Who gave Pit a gun? What's even crazier to me about this is that besides the 2 DLC characters that were added, being Ori and Shovel Knight, they've added 4 additional characters from the workshop as official characters because they were so well made. These being Molo, Olympia, Tom, and Hodan, who all fit marvelously into this all. Some people are making up movesets entirely for characters. JoJo's like Whole Horse, Reagan from Mob Psycho, and Tears of the Kingdom Link, to name a few, are such high quality. These things, like, seriously, they have no right being as good as they are. I am utterly shocked at how good these are. This game has a lot going for it, both in the terms of the community and in terms of the game itself. Between its more naturally aggressive flow of gameplay and its more stylized graphics. I think I can improve greatly, and that it is a fairly welcoming thing to pick up if you've ever played any other platform fighter. The question for those who haven't played it yet is, should I buy this? And with all of the praise I've been giving it, you'd expect an instantaneous yes. But I have a truth to tell. I bought this game back in 2020, but never actually played it for more than 10 minutes because I didn't like it at the time. Now, as you can see, it's 2023. It's been 3 years since I had originally purchased it. It took me a while to give it another chance. I would personally recommend trying to find a friend that has it, or even just finding someone that is willing to play online through the Steam connections, as you want to try and get a feel for it before purchasing, probably. Or if you want to have my experience of playing online, I think that's entirely viable. The community has an official Discord to help you learn with over 10,000 members, all with the goal of playing and improving with each other. The game is $30 on Steam, as well as on Xbox and on the Switch, though I feel like Steam will give you the most bang for your buck thanks to its workshop, as well as its controller variety. I think some players will use GameCube controllers, even though I use GameCube controller for Ultimate, I'm using a PS5 controller. I don't even own a PS5. I'd gotten it at a game shop for cheap. And since I'm using a PS5 with no issues, thanks to Steam Input, I'm enjoying it a lot. I think part of the reason why is because I'm using a different controller for the game. However, I know many Smash players that are actually just using their GameCube controllers for both games. There is a worry I have right now, though, as I've put a bit of research into this game, learning that a sequel is on the way, which is great. The graphics look great, and it seems to be a similar flow of gameplay. However, you know how I said at the beginning that there were no ledges, grabbing, and shielding? Well, it seems that is no longer going to be true. I'm a bit concerned by this personally. They could easily be optimized into avoiding the campy nature and overly defensive meta that Ultimate has become. But that's a little concerning. For the time, though, I think I will be optimistic. They're obviously taking this in their own direction. Shields seem to be weaker and much more easy to break, and they're giving everyone ledge specials, which is something that is really, really cool to me. I think I'll trust the developers on this one. They still update Rivals pretty often, the last patch just being a few months ago back in July. For a game over 5 years old, it's patching longer than Ultimate did. I did just learn, after writing all this, that apparently there is a workshop contest, not to add a new character to Rivals, but to add into Rivals 2. This is so cool to me, and it's going on now until the end of 2023. This shows me really beyond doubt that this game cares deeply about its community, as well as the community caring deeply about it. And I'm honestly beginning to care a lot about this community as well. I think that's all I've got to say. What do you think? Have you played the game? Do you disagree with any of my points? Write in the comments below. Hey, by the way, last minute edit Kago here. Big thank you to the Rivals of Aether Discord, Academy Discord, for helping with research for this and submitting clips to be shown as some parts of principles in this video. Couldn't have done it without them. Thank you. Goodbye.